Hello, fellow Slowpoke enthusiasts. For those of you that don't know, I'm what some of you may call a sporadic person. I woke up this morning and I had 2 big sales on eBay, so now I'm gonna drive 2 to 3 hours away to a different state to see if their card shops have Pokemon cards. So yeah, let's do this.
All right, we're here. Location number 1, Most Excellent Comics and Collectibles in Enfield, Connecticut. I've been here before to play in some Pokemon tournaments, and usually they only have non-old. What is it? Huh? They don't have any vintage cards, but we call them. And apparently they have vintage cards now. Last time I was here, I asked. They said they didn't have any, and so let's check. Let's see what they have. Okay, first place was good. I bought 2 cards for a total of $5.67. So after a 45-minute drive, I got 2 cards. Their old school stuff was in a large 2-row box that the guy had to pull out from behind the counter. The cases, as you'll see, we're filled with newer cards. Like I said, this place is mainly for competitions and stuff like that. So, but some of the cards were priced high, like, I don't know, maybe a little too much. But I was looking for the things that I thought were reasonably priced, and so I got 2 cards. So we're gonna be heading off to the next 2 card shops and hope for some better luck. I'll showcase all of the cards at the end of the video.
Here we are at AAA Games at somewhere Massachusetts. So let's check it out. Okay, store number 2, sealed product. Sealed product. I didn't get a video in there. I really fucked up. I should have. The owner of the store, very, very nice, amazing. Told us that there's another card shop down the road a bit. We're gonna be heading to that one instead of the one that we were gonna be going to an hour away. So let's do this. Our journey is taking us to a mall, to zombie hideouts, comics, gaming, and more. So stay tuned. That one was really good. Definitely don't go on your first instinct. Sometimes you're wrong. I was wrong. There was a card that I just almost passed on that is something that I definitely needed to pick up because of the price of it. Crazy stuff, can't wait to show it.
And we are back home. And it's time to go through and see what we got today. It was a really great day, super hot out, but it was a day filled with making new connections and finding awesome cards. So let's take a look at what we got. Okay, before we get into this, I want to give you all a quick piece of advice. So this is a very beat up deck box. I decided to bring this deck box with me today. I filled it with penny sleeves, with extra penny sleeves, because when you're driving around picking up cards, you don't want the cards to just like roll loosely in the car and get all messed up. A lot of card shops don't really value Pokemon cards, so they don't have them sleeved most of the time. So I always bring extra penny sleeves with me, just in case. So I'm gonna go in order of each of the card shops so you can see what cards I got. I'll tell you how much I paid for them and about what I think they're worth. So at the first card shop in Enfield, I picked up this Kyogre, Destructive Tsunami. I think it's from Call of Legends. I really like the artwork of this card. It's one that's going to be going in my personal collection. I have a small, just regular holo rare section of one of my binders, and this will be at home there. I paid about $2 for this card. This card retails at about $2, so not too big of a plus there, but still an amazing card. And yeah, so that shop had a lot of stuff that was kind of cool, but nothing that was really like priced to be too great of a value. So I passed it up. When I go out, I'm looking for cards that are something that I want and is priced reasonably, or something that I don't necessarily want and is underpriced, so I have the ability to trade it for something that I do want. So here's a Secret Wonders Blastoise. If you have a good eye, you might have noticed that there's a severe hollow bleed on this card, but a lot of these Secret Wonders cards do have hollow bleeds, so it's nothing to really freak out about. But I paid $2.50 for this card, and it retails for about $5. So I really like the Charizard from this set. I haven't had an opportunity to get it into my collection yet, so I figured picking up the Blastoise would be a good start and might motivate me to find that Charizard. So yeah, this card's in decent condition. It's not gradable or anything, but it's definitely a awesome looking card. And for the price, I can't beat it. This is another one that will be going in my personal collection. So now we're moving into the second card shop pickup. This was one of the card shops from Massachusetts. And here's the first card, a Shadowless Charmander. So recently I purchased a Shadowless Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur for $10 each. That's kind of high, but the ones that I picked up were in really good condition. When I saw this card for $2, I said I have to have it, knowing that I paid $10 for one in the past. I think that a Shadowless Charmander is a great alternative to owning a Shadowless Charizard. It's not exactly the same thing. Obviously, it's not the same price. It's not a holo, but if you're not looking to drop thousands of dollars on a card, this is definitely a must-have in any collection. Next up, a Reverse Holo Typhlosion. I love Typhlosion. I love Johto altogether. I mean, all of the starters from this era are super cool to me. So I just had to grab this one to put into my reverse rare collection. Not too expensive of a card. I believe I paid $2 for this one as well. Might actually even be overpriced for the condition of it, but just something that I wanted to have. And I got enough deals in that shop that it was okay to pick up some of these things. Infernape from Plasma Freeze. It's a non-holo, but it's another fire type starter, which are always a good investment. I paid $1 for this card. I felt like that was fair. Something cool to add to my non-holo rare collection. Next up, we have Dark Golduck. So I'm looking for all of the Dark cards from Team Rocket Returns in non-holo. I've just just decided that the hollows are a little bit too expensive for me. The non-hollows still have a great artwork, and Golduck is one of my favorite Kanto Pokemon. Psyduck is a great partner for Slowpoke, so Golduck has a special place in my heart as well. I made a post once on my Instagram where I said what would happen if Psyduck used the King's Rock, and it would be really cool to think about King Duck as a Pokemon. So because of that, Golduck is someone who I really think is cool. I paid $1 for this card. I felt like that was not bad, especially for something that I wanted to keep in my personal collection. And last but not least from this pickup is a Dark Marowak. This card is not for me. My wife threw it on the pile while we were looking. She collects Cubones and Marowaks, and this was one that she didn't have, and it was kind of her pay for coming out for the day and looking around at cards with me. Really great card. As I said, I'm not looking for the Dark Hollows, but it's great that she has this one in her collection, and it's an Arita artwork as well. Paid $5 for this card, a little bit more than I would have liked to pay, but it was not for me, so I had no say in the matter. Okay, now for two of the biggest things. At this card shop, they had a lot of older sealed product. They actually had XY Steam Siege booster boxes, which was weird to me. But here were two of the notable pickups from the day from there. This is an XY Venusaur Red and Blue collection. It has 4 generation packs in it in the Venusaur promo. I saw this thing, they had it marked for $30. I was surprised. I thought that it might be worth a little bit more than that. So I looked them up, and they seem to be going from anywhere between $50 and $80. So I don't have these. I wasn't collecting cards much during this era, so I was pretty excited to add this to my collection. And along with that, the Blastoise Red and Blue collection as well. So for $30 each, I got the Blastoise EX Red and Blue collection and the Venusaur Red and Blue collection. The owner of the shop was awesome. We spent a lot of time talking as he was looking up the prices of the cards that I pulled out. He made note of the fact that a lot of them were, expensive ones, that I apparently had a good eye for these things. I explained that a lot of the cards that I pulled out would be the ones that collectors were interested in, and I said, I'm not going to be able to buy everything, so the ones that I pulled out, I suggest you kind of put those up in the front and showcase them for the next guy who comes in. And he was really grateful for that information and said thank you and all that. So I was really excited to pick these two up. He said that he has some more stock of the 20th anniversary collection stuff, so I will be checking back in later and see what he has. Unfortunately, didn't have the Charizard one, but he did take my number down and said if it comes up in his stock that he would let me know so I can complete that trio. Really crazy stuff. Was not expecting to find sealed product at all. And now moving on to the last stop of the day. This was a shop that the owner of the second place had called and let me know that they were like right around the corner and I should check them out instead of going to a further away card shop. So we decided to kind of take his word on good faith and see what they had, and it did not disappoint. First up is a Erica from the Gym Challenge or Gym Heroes. I don't remember. I never remember. And for this card, I paid $8, and it's retailing around $22 right now. So I've sold this card a bunch of times. I just keep getting it and keep reselling it, but I realized I don't have a full set of all 8 of these gym leaders, and I really want to complete them. So I was really happy to get this card for $8 after I let it go so many times. I can't wait to get this set complete. I think this one makes 4 out of 8 for me, so I'm halfway there. Very excited about that. And the price is crazy, so good. The condition of this card is really good too. I mean, it has hollow scratching, but it's kind of what you would expect for a card this old. There's no major creases in the card. There's just some whitening and a little bit of surface scratches on the back. Still, in my head, light play, near mint minus maybe. The next card that I got, Misty's Tentacruel. It's funny because as I was leaving, I was like, let me just get one more card. And then as he's going through the case, I was like, there's three more that I want. So I paid $4 for this Misty's Tentacruel. I have this problem where in my mind, cards are the price that they were when I first started collecting. So I was like, $4, yeah, that's about what that card's worth, but I'll just pick it up anyway. Come to find out, these are going for like $18 right now, just for the unlimited, and that's the price of like first ed. So guys, make sure you update the prices, I guess your mental prices on cards, so stuff like that doesn't happen to you. I almost passed on this card because I thought it was just kind of worth the accurate value, and turns out that it was worth a little bit more. I have a gym page in my binder where I have all of these cards from this set. I'm not trying to complete it or anything, but as I get cool ones, I'm kind of replacing the ones that I don't really like that much with the new ones. So this is one that will be making it into the binder because, yeah, the symmetry on this card is insane. Another really good condition card for $4. Same scenario here. It has hollow scratching on the front and whitening on the back, in some edge wear, but no major creases or anything like that. So for $4, it cannot be beat. Here's a big daddy of a card, Misty's Gyarados. This card was kind of in a similar situation where it was priced for $20, and I said to myself, okay, that's about what it's worth. But I was wrong. I was definitely wrong. I'm very happy that I looked it up before I left. Trollin' Toad has this card for like over $100 right now. On eBay, they're going from $60 to $80. I'm pretty sure I sold one of these for like $10 not too long ago. So it's really great to have paid $20 to get a card that I had let go from my collection once before. So very exciting stuff. The condition on this is actually a lot better than the others. Not perfect, not gradable, but definitely really good. Not very many big hollow scratches. I mean, very light surface scratching, but no creases. It's got a little dookie right here. I'll just have to clean that off. But not bad at all. A beautiful card altogether. Something that I absolutely am thrilled to have. Here's another big one. I'm kind of gradually going up into the crazier pickups. Jirachi EX. Another card that I had a price in mind for that has definitely changed since I last bought it. I bought this card for $15 or $16 when I was trying to complete an EX page. I have pages in my binder that are dedicated to each era, so I wanted to get this Jirachi card. I thought it was really nice. I bought one for $16, I sold it for $20, and then I realized I really liked the card, so I bought it again for $25, and I saw this one for $16. So I was like, all right, that's about what it's worth. I get home, I look it up, I check out what Trollin' Toad's selling it for, check out a TCG player and eBay and everything, and it's looking like these things are going for over $70. So always make sure that you keep your prices, your mental prices updated. I mean, things are changing so quickly in this hobby that it's hard to keep track of. But very happy to have a second one of these cards. A friend, Marty of mine, is actually looking for this card, so we might be working out a trade. Not really sure what I'm gonna do with it yet, but really great to have it in the collection. Next, a first edition Brock's Rhydon. So I know that Brock's Rhydon is one of the more common cards from this set. I saw this card priced for $20, and I figured it must be more than that. I know that I was buying and selling Gym Hero first eds I was buying them for like $12 or $13 and selling them for like $25, $28, $30 for the longest time, but times have changed, and this card is now going for $60 or more. So I sent out all of my first ed Gym Hero cards to PSA just like last month. Unfortunately, this guy is not there. He's now here in my collection, so he's the only first ed gym card that I have in my possession right now. The condition on him is pretty good. Same situation, no major creases. It has some scratching, but that's pretty much what you're going to be seeing on the market now. I mean, most cards that are in really good shape have all been bought up or graded. Oh, there's a little bit of a problem down there on that left corner, but still nothing major for the $20 price tag that was attached to that write-on. And the last card of the day is a Rocket Trap first edition. This card was priced at $15. Same situation. I said to myself, yeah, the last time I sold this card, it was like $15 or $20, but times have changed. It must be more than that now. Gone and checked the internet, and it's going for $60 or more. I get it. This card's really fucking nice. I mean, like, look at the artwork. Like, you have iconic Team Rocket. All in all, it was a very productive day. I spent the time in the car talking to my wife about risks and how everything that you do in this hobby is an investment, whether it's an investment of money or an investment of time. And in this situation, I spent 5 hours and gas money and the money to buy these cards and take chances on them, not looking up the prices, just to see what would happen. And it really worked out. Some of them I'll sell, some of them I'll keep. I'll sell enough that I can pay back my expenses for the day, and then the rest of the cards I get to keep forever. So it's really cool that I have these cards as a memory of today's experience and today's adventure. And it's really awesome that I made connections with the owners of these card shops, and as I always speak for, made those relationships based on good practice and professionalism. I didn't undercut them in the values of their cards. They told me what they wanted, and I said yes or no. I didn't say, well, I can pay this, and well, I'm buying so many, so that means you have to take this much off, and I was still able to get good deals. So to the people who say that, well, haggling is just a part of it, it is, but you should respect each other both as humans and knowledgeable people in the hobby. You know, I didn't question them when they said a crazy price for a card that I wouldn't pay, but I did say yes when there was a price that I did want to pay. And I guess it's a different situation when you're trying to buy specific things for your collection. But all in all, my advice to everyone who's trying to pick up cards for the future, pay what people want to sell their cards for, or don't buy them. There's no point making this conflict occur between buyer and seller. There's enough people selling cards that you'll find them for the price that you want to pay, right? So don't make it uncomfortable for both parties. The shop owner has my phone number now, and because I carried myself out so professionally, hopefully he'll call me and keep me in mind. If he doesn't, no big deal, but I don't have to think about ruining that relationship with the way that I acted or things that I said. So maybe I'll make a video on that in the future. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll catch you slowpokes later.